What's going on, guys? How we doing out there? TGIF made it to the weekend yet again. What's new? What's going on? I'm gonna do a little switcheroo today. I'm gonna sort of stop down on this stuff. If you guys remember, on Wednesday I was trying to finish up or trying to work on the new web design, right? Because the old web page is looking really long in the tooth, pretty ugly. So I was revamping it and just started digging into some of the cool tools. And since then, I've made some good headway. So I think I'm actually going to try and bounce back over to the webpage stuff. I don't know, you probably won't remember, but so I basically just started working on the Triple Troubles page, right? And as you can see, just in the last, since last Wednesday, I managed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually knocked out 5. Well, no, sorry, 4, because I actually just started that one. So, 4 in addition to that one. So 5 of my 7 games I've actually got pages designed for. So that was a good start. But, yeah, just to give you a refresher here. So I got my main page, right? Right now there's not much here, just going to be a news thing. Stretch that back down, right? So news will pop up here, and then you got, here's your different, you can go social stuff, right? Contact page, games page. Contact I don't have working yet, but games page will actually, when I have it wired up, it'll actually go to the games page, which is this bad boy. So yeah, if you saw this on Wednesday, yeah, you saw that I was using like an animated pop-up here. And you guys saw that if I like moved around fast enough, it would kind of get stuck and stay there. So I bit the bullet and just switched it back to instant, so it just pops up. It sucks that I don't have the cool animation, but the nice side is it doesn't break. So no matter how fast you move around, it doesn't leave one of those little pop-ups left behind. So that's cool. But got all those done. And then on Wednesday, I was in the process of working on Triple Troubles and doing the cool Parallax Scroll stuff. And I got that in place, so check it out. That's working nicely, right? So it's kind of cool. So you got the ape there, and you got your little triple jumping upward, and the text moving down. So you got some really nice parallax stuff going on there. And then just tricked out the rest of it. Basically, here's the name of the game. Here's the press kit, which I don't have active yet, but that'll be an active link. That'll allow anyone that wants to get, all the graphics, all the background info for it, for all the press, fingers crossed, all the press that'll hopefully come for the game, right? We'll have that. And then I got like the buttons, not active yet, but that'll be coming up pretty soon. And then I got, here we go, just the basic information, and then gallery, right? So this is kind of cool. You can cycle through here, but you can also hit this one, and it'll expand a little bit, and if it's like off to the side, you can grab it and drag it wherever you want. So there you go. And if I go to the next one, it kind of shrinks back down to the semi-large size. But it's cool. You can just kind of cycle through these things. And this is good if it, fit the page, and if someone wants to go large, they can just click it and get the full size like that. So that's working nicely. So once I started doing that, then I used that. I had like basically a template, right, that I could work from, and then I started plowing through all my other games. So doing their little parallax for each one of them. So here's the old Volley Village, which was my most recent release. And there you go. All right, so you got the same thing, right? Parallax on that. It's kind of cool. Little sheep kind of slides off the ground, but yeah, it looks cool. So maybe like there's an explosion, so he's bouncing off the ground from the explosion. How about that? But in this one, actually, there's a lot of different stuff going on. So the sheep, in terms of like separate elements, right? So we got the sheep, him, so that's 1, 2. Fireball is separate, 3. The flames here is 4, 5, and then the launcher itself, 6. So I may be kind of going nuts because these are all PNGs, because you have alphas. So that may make this page really fat. So I may have to like knock this down. Maybe like lock up, maybe like the launcher and maybe the sheep. I can bake that in. So then we'd just be down, and then maybe the fireball and the flames, so that'd diminish it. At that point, then we basically just have the 1, 2, 3, 4 items instead of right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I cut it down by, a third. But we'll see. I gotta like actually spit it out and see how large, because I don't know any way to assess it right now. I don't see any kind of like input or kind of overview feature in XR that says, hey, this page is going to be this fat, right? It doesn't, there's no in here that gives any kind of statistics that I can find. Maybe it does, I just haven't found it. Don't know. Anyway, so moving on. So then we go here and I get my old Save the Titanic. Same thing. Each one of these just got the little parallax at the top, right? So this one, boom, right? Pretty cool. See the iceberg kind of rising up there in the foreground. Titanic there, like that. Video, same thing. You know, just standard buttons. These buttons are actually working because, you know, the games are active, so I have actual links to those. And then same thing. You know, just screenshots down here and just some general information for the game. So I got that one. I got Poker with Bob, which was my very first game that I released a decade ago now. Hard to believe. But yeah, same thing. Each one having like little parallax. This one I just kind of, there's just him and the text in the background. So in this case, only he and the text are PNGs with alphas. But yeah, kind of the same structure. Now I got like vertical images. So I had to do a little adjustments to try and make the stuff line up, you know. But actually that I didn't notice. That's actually sticking off the edge. Look at that. Because it's different than the actual editor versus what it shows at runtime. So I mean, you see how it's kind of sticking over the edge there. But if we come back here and look, it's not. So let's see, simplest way to fix this is if I just give this a little more life like that. Punch that up 4, hit save, and then hit preview. Wait for the save. I don't know why the saves are taking a real long time. You can see a little progress bar there. There it goes. It doesn't seem like it's more than a text file, so I'm surprised it's actually that slow. Alright, it's still a little close to the edge there. So I think I might try and push that just a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and like pump this up. Just, whoops, not him. Ugh. Gotta wait for it to undo. Oh, crap. Okay. And I broke this before. I was trying to clean out some images, and it's hard to tell because it does duplicates of a lot of the images. And obviously in this case, I broke the... you can see there's nothing here. So let's see. Let's go back in, see if I can replace this. And I don't know why it doesn't let me. Local design gallery, bitmap gallery. So it won't actually let me show the other items. Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, there it goes. I got to it. Kind of hides it there. All right, so hopefully these are the, no, those are the little thumbnails. So I somehow, I guess, deleted. So yeah, we see something like these. It'll double up, right? And those are all going to get exported. So, I mean, obviously you don't want that. I mean, it's fine because it doesn't get loaded, but, you know, it's just exporting a bunch of unused images. But, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and just blow these guys away. Delete, like so, because it's lost them here anyways. So let's come back in here to Scary Robot web page images. Or is it there? Actually, it might not be there. Actually, it might be in my Poke with Bob page. So let's go poker. I think it did screenshots. Under promo, let's publicity. Screenshots. There you go. So I think I did it as the iPhone. So if I go here, there it is. Now we're good. 2. Drop all these back in place. 3. 4. And 5. Yeah. So now I should hit Control S and that should bring me back, and now everything should be in there all happy. There it is. Alright. That's kind of annoying that what I see here in the editor is so radically different than what it is at runtime. Because if I center this up here, hit preview, and it's going to be shifted downward, right? I mean, that's different, right? But tell you what, let's go ahead and actually let me switch it back here and see if I go to, nope, same thing, it's shifted. So this is Chrome and it's still offset, so I got to compensate that. That's a little glitch, not sure why, but let's see if we can compensate. Yep, actually a little too much there. We'll go one down. That should be perfect. Yeah, that's good. Alright, Control S that. So that was Poker with Bob. Next we go over to Tic-Tac-Toe. Anytime now, buddy. I'm curious actually how big that file is. Let me take a look here. Let's go Scare Robot web page. I think I have it stashed down in here. Whoa! Look at that. It is 30 meg in size. It's writing on a 30 meg file. So I guess it's embedding all the images into this. Is not doing like a reference. I guess it makes sense because I've updated an image, gone in here, and I don't see any change. So obviously it takes the image and it embeds it in the dock, right? And then it's just done. So okay, wow, it's 30 meg. All right. So we have Tic-Tac-Toe. Same thing. Only 3 items in this one, but they're pretty big, right? I got the box back there. Do a nice little parallax scroll there, right? Do a nice separation there. Same thing. Buttons, video, screenshots, basic info. Just the basic 101. That's that. And then if I go to Spider Mars, it's still Tic-Tac-Toe because that's where I left off. So I need to take this and start updating this bad boy. So I got Spider Mars and stop the bots, and then I've got all the pages done. Then it'll be much closer to having a completed website. All right, so let me jump into this. Let's go. So now we go. Spiders of Mars. Then what I also do is bring up the old version for reference. There you go. That's what the old page looked like. It's pretty ugly. That's way too much saturated orange all in your face. And I mean, there's, you know, it's pretty ugly. 2015. Wow, so it's 5 years ago. I haven't touched this at all. Poor thing, neglected. But this is actually got the leap motion on this one too. So that's kind of cool. It's still there. I think I mentioned this before too, because I did this at the Global Game Jam a couple of months ago, where we did a leap motion input, and I was trying to figure out how to do hand tracking, which, come to find out, they actually removed it from the code. That's why I couldn't find it. But yeah, it was funny because I was looking for tutorials, and I came across a tutorial about using hand gestures, and it was a link to my game. It's kind of like, oh crap. So I got a tutorial offered to me by me. That's not going to help. But anyway, yeah, there's the old bad boy there, still sitting there. Had a rating of 2016, which means I have no clue. I don't know what that means, but it got 216. I submitted it 6 days and 1 hour before the deadline. Really? I think that was my initial submission, but I think I did a final one before then. Yeah. No, some kind words there. Excuse me. The difficulty ramp makes it. Yeah. There you go. 4 years ago. 2 people liked it. Okay. Excuse me. But what I'm getting at is just referencing any text I have, which is very little, and I only have 3 screenshots. So I'm either gonna have to like compress the crap out of my screenshots, or just make it 3. I guess I could, and just make it 1 row, and then maybe compress the information here. Because, yeah, to be honest, this was really a tech demo that I made for the Leap Motion contest that they had. And even though I ported it to mobile, I really never gave it any love. So it was more of a tech demo than it was an actual game. I mean, it's, you know, it's solid, that has leaderboard and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, there's really not much progression. There's not much reason to play it for more than like 5 minutes, you know. I mean, once you get the gist of it, it's fun, and it you know. But anyways, it was a completed game. So I think we will do a very compressed screen for this one. So first off, I think what I may do is also do a smaller banner, because it is going to be a small screen, and I want the banner to actually kind of close. So let's get at this. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Alright. So we got Spiders of Mars. Oh yeah, and I'm doing this trick where I do a double space in here to separate it, because the space is a little tight there. Makes it, and there's spacing between letters, so that reads a bit better. And let's see, I think I have it. Let's see. I thought I had a breakdown of it somewhere. Let me check my YouTube page. I got my cap locks on. Excuse me. So let's go look for Spiders of Mars. There's killer spider robots. There are killer. Wow. Me good English. Wow, it got 7,000 views. That's pretty good compared to some of my other games. Didn't get much for downloads, but it's not much of a game. Alright. So I just steal that text. And what I do is I do this little trick, because it's, you know, it's different font, different formatting, all that kind of stuff. So what I do is I just leave a little bit of the old one. I go Control V and I say unformatted text. So that way it adapts to what was there underneath it, and then I delete the last bit there. All right. I'm going to say there are killer spider robots on Mars. Who knew? And for the record, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the whole reason it was on Mars was my wife and I had just seen the Martian. Wow, that was that many years ago. Time flies. And when I was throwing this together, it was just like, I just said, okay, fine. There's the idea. So bring that down. And then, actually, I'll need to grab all these guys and stretch them. Whoa. Yeah, the bounding box, when it jumps, man, it jumps. 5. That should be good enough. Give myself a little room here. All right. There you go. Leaderboards. Really? I don't have leaderboards in my dictionary? Well, I do now. And phi? Psi is okay, but phi is not. Okay. Alright, that's good. Oh, but what I also need to do is make a button for... Let me clean that up. Where did I stash that? Let me go back. For the leap motion. Copy image. I wonder if I could just shoehorn it in. Not so much, really? Really? Huh, okay. Well, then let's go this way. Let's go. You'll use the old snipping control, which I love. Grab that puppy like that. Got it? Yep. It's just, I'm going to paste it, but I'm going to clean it up first. So let me go ahead and go back here in Photoshop. I think I'm done. That's the old chicken stuff. I'll say yeah. No. No. So let's go new. You know what? Tell you what. I'll open up my button and see if I can use that as a size guide. Buttons. Nope. Company logos. There it is. There we go. So I what I did was just make sure that all of them are kind of the same size, so the buttons just have a unified kind of scale to them. All right, so I'm gonna turn off those guys, and then oh god, that's pretty freaking small. All right, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a Google search, I think, because that is just not gonna scale up at all. Let's just go logo. That's what Elite Motion looks like. Basically, it's Connect, but it just tracks your hands. And unfortunately, they paired with another company, so I'm not sure if they're gonna be doing anything more. Actually, that's pretty good. It's white on black. Copy, paste. Hey, oh, it's not so black as I thought it was. Okay. Chop that off the top there. Let me pinch it down like so. There you go. And then, actually, let me get rid of some of this off the bottom. All right. So now, the question is, do I want to just do it by levels or just try and paint over it? I'll start with doing levels. Wrong way. Yeah. There you go. That'll work. There. So if we do a check here, comes up. Oh, it's almost pure black. I think I can leave that. I think that's good enough. All right. PNG. Elite Motion logo. Done. All right. Let's bounce back. So now I'm going to go ahead and also make room for it. It's going to go right here. There you go. Go to my images, company logos, and pay attention. Elite Motion. Move over to the side. If I drop it right there, sometimes it'll like overwrite the. Whoa! Why is that big? Really? That's peculiar. Oh, I guess I did it large and scaled it down? Huh? Really? Huh. Alright, I guess I did. Alright. Let's see. See if I can maybe put a little of this text up here. Skills. I think that'll work. Good enough. Alright, so we need to point it to the right YouTube video. So let's bring this bad boy back up. Hit this for a second, go to the YouTube page. Let's see, and we'll do it. Share, embed. There you go. Copy that. And then let's come back in here because I actually have a specific resolution that I always forget. 7, what is it? Oh, shoot. Ah, wrong button. 720/405. Placeholder. So change this to 720 by 405, not 4085. That would be bad. That's good. All right, Shift F5. Oh, it's saving first. It's 30 megs of pain. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just that duration is because it's trying to compile all the data, or if it's just it takes that long to write 30 meg, which that doesn't seem the case. So, all right, that's all good. Oh, I gotta fix the link. Gotta fix all these links actually. Let me do that. If I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget. I gotta go back and check a couple of those too. So tell you what, let's go back and use this bad boy. So we go copy link address. Yes, so it's Volley Village. So I got actually 3 of those I gotta update, I think. Excuse me. All right, Google Play. I don't know if it's subconscious or if it says something, but the old days I have Apple first and Google second, but now I've got Google and then Apple. Let's change that. Paste, apply, done. And let's come back here and get our Leap Motion link. Uh-oh, there it is. Copy that. Web properties. Let me say in a new tab, which these others should automatically. Just double check. New tab. Yep. New tab. Okay, we're all good there. All right, so let me go ahead and go back and correct the other ones that I've forgotten, because this one's good. Volley Village. Volley Village. But save the Titanic. Oh, okay. Actually, that's correct. How about Poke with Bob? Nope. Poke with Bob says Volley Village. So there's the first one we need to update correctly. So let's go look at the really old, ugly Poke with Bob webpage. Yep. Not pretty. But web pages I traditionally get to, and I'm like, I've just finished the game and I just want to get it out there. So web page is kind of like an afterthought. So I tend to bang through them really quick. And this is like 4 or 5 years ago, in fairness. See me, I'm trying to defend myself. Oh, hey, look at that. Google's on the left side there. So we'll go web properties. Apply, done. Let's go back. Oops. And I forgot to say, hey, I'm talking again. It takes me 30 minutes to realize that I've forgotten to post and let everyone know that I'm streaming. God, I'm so bad about that. It's like, it's quiet today. Why is it so quiet? You did post, right, on Discord and Twitter and all that kind of stuff that you're, oh, no, I didn't. Let's see. Oh, not copy, it's copy link address. Yep. Let's go to web properties. Oh, wait, why does it still say Volleyball? Oh, is this wrong? No, that's right. I'll just borrow that. Weird. It's like not copying. Copy. Paste. There it goes. That was weird. It was like the copy was not functioning. It was just giving me the old Volley Village link. New tab. He's good. That was Bob. Let's close that. And Tic-Tac-Toe. Yeah, that's not right either. So let's go there. Tat. All right. Yeah, Windows Phone. Moment of silence for the Windows Phone. All right, that's long enough. Let's see. Copy link address. I really did actually like the Windows phones. I'm sad they didn't catch on. Not perfect. There was no multitasking at all. So there's no threading. So if you tabbed away from an app and came back, it dumped all the stuff you're doing, which is terrible for games, of course. But still, there were some nice features about it. Can't remember any of them. No, it was a Nokia, and it was very peppy for the time and where it was. But dead as a doornail. And it was really fast to develop for, too. I was able to do a build in Unity and just send it straight to the phone faster even than Android could do at the time. I like that. And it actually played the games pretty fast, too. Alright, so it's tic-tac-toe. Oh, crap. That's still the wrong one. Really? How did I not update that one? Copy link address. Web properties. Paste. Weird. Okay, that something's glitching here. Okay, because I'm yeah, this is Apple. So let me make sure I get the right one. Copy link address, right? Here you go. And it's Poke with Bob. I don't understand why the... Wait, why is it saying Poke with Bob? That's... What? That's not right. It says Poke with Bob, but then it goes to tic-tac-toe. Did I overwrite? Okay, how's that even possible? Why would it show Poke with Bob? Okay, let's do it this way. Tic-tac-toe iPhone. There. Did I say tic-tac-toe? No, I didn't. I said chick. There it is. There we go. Finally got the right one. That was way too painful. Apply. Done. Let's try that again. Alright. Google. iTunes. Really? Wait. Did tic-tac-toe get pulled? It might have. Alright, so that's correct. So do I have a typo? Or did my Android tic-tac-toe get pulled? Uh-oh. Oh, I think I know what it is. Because one of the ad networks that no longer even generates any money had something old in it, and I got to clean it up. But once again, I can't just go into it and remove it because it's so old. That means none of the plugins work, and they have to get replaced, and all my code is written in Unity script, which, long story short, means that in order to update tic-tac-toe, I literally have to rewrite the entire game front to back. So that, unfortunately, is why. But, I mean, I still have it. It's not like it gives it to someone else, but I'll have to update that at some point when I have the spare time to do that, which is not now. So, sorry for anyone that wants to download tic-tac-toe on Android. Maniac, hey, what are you building? So right now I'm doing a web page. I'm revamping all my web pages because my old stuff is old and broken. But the reason I'm doing that is because I'm prepping for my new game, which is called Tribble Troubles, which is based on Tribbles from the old Star Trek TV show, which I actually do have a license, I have permission to do it. But tell you what, rather than dig through the game, if you want, I will fire up the old gameplay trailer, which I just finished the other day. Happy to plug every chance I get. So give me a second here. Let me, there you go. Maniac DK, what's up? By the way, man, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Let me pause the music. Let me turn up the desktop audio for a second. Here you go. So this is Triple Troubles, which I'm working on and will have released in July. So take a look.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship. Is that a Tribble? On my ship! Tribble Troubles boldly go where no Tribble has gone before. Play as a Tribble that's been beamed into the core of a hostile planet. You'll have to jump, climb, and squish your way to safety. Face off against dangerous goners, speedy sandworms, relentless alien apes, and phaser-toting crew members. Battle your way through 16 challenging levels across 4 different environments. Collect gems to score power-ups.
Super Meat Boy is one of the
like
influences.
shields.
Spelunky and Downwell as well. But yeah, that's cool that you picked
And
up on
sonic
that.
attacks. Complete missions and unlock new outfits to personalize your Tribble. Tribble Troubles, beaming down in July for Xbox, Steam, and mobile.
There you go. Yep, yeah, hats and outfits, that kind of stuff. You know, doesn't affect gameplay. Just kind of, it'll be a premium map, so it's one of those things that you'll play missions and you'll unlock them. It's not anything you have to purchase once you've actually purchased the game. But yeah, Super Meat Boy, just a lot less punishing than Super Meat Boy is. Not nearly as painful as that. But yeah, Super Meat Boy, like I said, Downwell and Spelunky were definitely inspirations. The partners wanted something, the IP holders, the rights holders to the Tribble name, they wanted something pretty simple, right? So, I mean, even though my original idea, I had this super big, humongous idea, and they kind of went no. They shot it down. So I had to scale it down, and I basically pitched them, you know, the idea of like a vertical climbing game. Friend and I are working on our very first game in Unity. I just set up a Mac VM. Man, that was hard. I sympathize, man. I sympathize. So wait. So you were setting that up for what? So you could actually do a iOS build, or what was that? Or I mean, are you developing on the Mac side, or what was the necessity for doing that? And also, if you want to share what you're working on, feel free, man. Do my John Lovett's impression. Plug away. Yeah, it's for Android now, but we want it for iOS as well. Have you looked at iOS Builder yet? Now this I'm happy to give a plug to. iOS Project Builder. I think project should be enough. There it is. This is one of my favorite plugins. $60 and allows you basically to create iOS builds on a PC. And I swear to God, it really does work. The most recent game I uploaded. Yeah, I know. I had the same reaction. I looked at it and I basically said, there's no way. This is a scam, but I'll try it, right? And I'll give it a try. And it was so weird because it has like all these programs, right? That allow you to do all the key assistant and all the things you need, right? On the PC side. And then you get this other little program, and it's ugly because it's just like a DOS box, right? And it says uploading to Apple, and it's kind of like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, right? And it goes 75%, 80%, 95% completed. Look for an email from Apple, and kind of going, no, that can't work. And then I get an email from Apple going, processing. It's like, it worked. So yeah, seriously, literally, if you look in the reviews, I don't know if it's in here. Let's see. Huge times. Jeez. Where is it? Does not work. So 2 people had problems with it. So what about all the Xcode stuff and testing on Apple devices? Yeah. Okay. So it basically extracts all the stuff you need. So it does the build on the PC side, right? So you do not need Xcode, and you can do builds that you can sideload onto iOS devices, right? You can do it through like your IP address, right? And it'll send it over to it, and it really does work. Excuse me. Okay, wow. It's anyways, I was going to show you. I actually did a review myself, which I don't normally do for apps. I should do more, but I basically said I don't understand how it works. It's like a magic trick, but it really does. Yeah, absolutely, man. Okay, so here's the thing. If you haven't actually set up everything, right, you may have to at least get a Mac initially to get the ball rolling. But once you've initialized it, then you can do provisional files on that kind of stuff on a PC, download it, right, and have it all kind of go into place. So the way it works is, yeah, you at least the first time around, you have to have a Mac in some capacity that you can extract it, and it has this program that will pull the data out, right, and then move it over to the PC, right? Or you can, I think you can actually do it manually, but it's really confusing. But once it's done, it's done. And the only thing you'll need a Mac for after that, and this is so funny, I talked about this before, when you're actually adding all the content, right, for the game. You know, all the text, all the screenshots, and all the videos. Here's the thing. You can upload images on a PC, right? But you cannot upload the videos to your iOS game on a PC. It'll error out. It says you have to do this on a Mac, right? Which is bizarre. I have no idea why they limit that, right? It's just this arbitrary saying no. But and you have to put videos up, otherwise they won't let you go forward. But yeah, absolutely. For $60, it is so worth it. You know, at this point, my poor Mac Mini, which is now easily 6 years old and gathering all kinds of dust, gets nothing. You know, before I would just take the entire build and then move it over my NAS drive, and from NAS drive over to the Mac Mini and compile it, and it just took absolutely forever, right? I mean, you can imagine how slow that is, you know. And the worst thing too is because then you would have something where Xcode would fail out, and it's something then you'd have to go back and make an adjustment to the project, and then you have to re-export and do that whole, oh god, it's such a nightmare. Cool, thanks. We only worked on it for 2 months, close to our very first test. Oh, sweet. Congrats, man. 2 months and you already got something to test. That's a pretty good run there. Congrats on that, man. But yeah, so it's you and one other person, right? So you got a team of 2. That's good. I'm anxious. I've been working in Unity for a decade now, and pretty much all by myself. I've had a couple instances where I've been fortunate enough to have like some artists supply some art for me, which is very true of the Tribbles game. But generally speaking, it's me, you know, voiceover stuff and music. I'll turn to outside sources, but the Tribble game, I'm hoping generates enough cash that I can turn around and actually start growing into a full team. Oh, you came here from Indie Game Business. Oh, Jay, thank you. Okay, I have to give a big thanks to Jay for the forwarding there, right, for the hosting. That's awesome, man. Cool. Yeah, Indie Game Business. I love that, man. It's him and Indy doing their broadcasts on Wednesdays and Fridays. And yeah. So have you followed hey, Johnny Ray. Hey, what up, buddy? Hey, Johnny, you working on anything interesting? See, I told you I was going to like come back to that one. What up, buddy? So yeah, Pac-Maniac was just talking about he got a link here. Yeah, sorry, man. I'll let that slide. He got sent here by Indie Game Business, and it's funny because I don't know if you've seen him before, but Jay, and I'll do a plug because Jay's cool. I really like Jay. Indie Game Business Online. Let's see. Yeah. So Jay's done this a couple of times. He's done these online virtual conferences, right? And I've participated in a couple of them that he's done, right? And it's a cool idea, right? So it's the idea of, face-to-face meet and greets, with webcam and that kind of stuff. But it's been sort of a slow start for him, right? In terms of the turnout, it's one of those things like when you go to the bar and, the the guy tells you it's like, the place is filled with women, right? So all the guys are paying like $50 to get into the cool bar, and you walk in and there's like, two women and they're more interested in each other, right? So, so it's been sort of like a slow start for him, and but he's doing another one, right? He's doing another one coming up, but here's the difference. Now, what's now difference between now and then, of course, is the coronavirus, right? And as a result, you had GDC and all these other conferences disappear, and suddenly he becomes the cool kid on the block, right? So as before, he had an okay turnout, but this next conference, which is coming up in just a matter of 9 days, he now has 700 different people signed up, right? And we're talking like tons of like publishers, investors, media, and all kinds of stuff like that. So Jay, I mean, whereas before it's kind of like no one was really jumping on board that significantly, but now that GDC's gone for the moment, he's the cool kid, right? So it's, congrats to Jay. I'm actually going to be signing up for it myself too. There he goes, meeting with over 700 companies, right? There's a bunch of companies that are looking for developers as well, right? So, and it's, let's see if I can find the link. Hold on one sec. Oops. He has it on the website, I'm sure, but because we're all indie devs here, I'll share this. If you use the code of indie devs, it's actually half price at the moment, right, for the tickets. Yeah, just wait. The physical E3 will be canceled, I'm sure. I totally think that's going to happen. A lot of the big ones want to go virtual anyways, right? Yeah, I agree. So I mean, $125, right? And that you can either do the indie for $50, but that limits you to only applying to 5 outgoing meetings, right? And you'll probably want to do more than 5 if there's 700, right? They can reach out to you, but you can only reach out to 5 for $50. So for $75 more, you can reach out to as many as you want, right? And it's cool. I mean, the system works pretty well, right? You just, when the time comes, you have your face-to-face and you talk shop, right? And it goes pretty well. So I'm going to be doing it again. It's coming up in, just like it says, a little over 9 days. And I'll be jumping on board for that. Very reasonable. Absolutely. Yeah. Johnny, I'm not sure where you are in terms of that, right? I mean, I know that you guys have enough of a following, so and you have such a base, but I mean, at least on the PR side, I don't know if that's something that you want to consider. The cool thing about it is because it's like one of these dating matchmaking kind of services, is the fact that you reach out to the people and you explain, hey, here's who I am, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm looking for, right? So if they say, yeah, I'm interested, it's sort of like bypassing the cold call, right? If you want to approach PR companies, it's more of like you're sending a blind email and hoping that it gets in the right hands, where at least with this, you're applying to the right person right from the get-go. And they may not accept the invite. That can happen, but if they do, then you're off to a better start and you might have a better result from that. So kudos to Jay for being ahead of the curve. But yeah, I do agree with Pac Maniac, what you said, man. I think we're going to see more and more of the stuff being virtual. I used to go to SIGGRAPH. I was a big fan of SIGGRAPH, right? I went for like a decade, right? I went every year just to play with and check out all the new toys. But, with the advent of the internet, you're kind of scratching your head going, why am I going to SIGGRAPH when I can just, simply, get all the stuff on the internet, right? And the same for E3 as well, too. I mean, unless you're going for meetings or there's a game that you're really dying to play before anyone else gets a chance to play it, I don't know. I don't know why you really want to go, because you can just watch all the videos, all the keynote videos from all the major companies, from the comfort of your own couch, chair, So, yeah, I mean, you saw a lot of people pulling out of E3 even before the coronavirus, right? And I think it's just they're not getting the bang for the buck anymore, right? But anyways, so final thing on that, just congrats to Jay. So for me, for those who are just kind of coming up for the moment here, I'm not working on the game at the moment. I'm just trying to plow through the last bit of my web design stuff But for those who just came in, I'll show you revamping it and using this nice little program that allows me to do this cool little parallax scrolling, right, for the top menus, which is pretty slick, right? It's just a nice little bit of eye candy that sort of makes the page kind of pop a little bit. It's kind of a nice touch. So I'm working on that for all the pages. I got most of my games already banged out. I got 2 more to work on. I'm from Denmark, EU, so I have been to Gamescom twice. All the people there plus COVID-19 equals disaster. Peck Maniac, it looks nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm using Xara. It's an inexpensive program, and it's once you get how the program behaves, it's nice little bit of programming. But anyways, going back to Gamescom, I'm pretty jealous of you, man. I know Gamescom is like the conference in terms of like size and scale and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I'm here in Las Vegas in the United States, so that that's not happening for any time soon unless my company suddenly explodes. I don't see myself making it all the way out to Gamescom as much as I'd like to, but hopefully sometime in the future. I would love to go. Obviously, post coronavirus, right? COVID-19. So, hopefully after all that stuff clears up. Hopefully all that goes away pretty fast, because that is getting annoying. Hopefully all you guys are all right. Here in America, we're starting to get tagged by a little bit, but, I'm just banking on it sort of getting handled. Hopefully. All right, so actually, Spiders of Mars. Okay, we got that. That's in place. All right, so let's go ahead and do some screenshots, and then we'll clean everything else up, and then move along. Do it like so. Bring these bad boys up a little bit, like that. Excuse me. Put this in the bottom here, like that. Okay, good. Excuse me. Okay, so now I can look at my screenshots, and hopefully I still have them stashed somewhere. Let me check my old webpage here. Let's see. So, yeah, it's funny because when I first started throwing this game together, Spiders of Mars, it was like a quickie project for Elite Motion Contest. So originally the name was Stuck on Mars, and I've never bothered to actually change the folder name, because now the game is called Spiders of Mars. Let's see. So let's go promo. Not Spiders from Mars, right? No Ziggy Stardust reference there. Ooh, okay, images. Do I have crap? Yeah, feature graphic. Spiders of Mars. No, those are just feature graphics. That's not actual screenshots. Nope, they're not screenshots. Gameplay vid, images. No, large banner, news posting, screenshots. There it is. Ta-da. So 1, 2, 3. I only have 3. All right, so I am gonna knock this down. And what I'll do is just come in here, edit this widget, right? And then I got to resize all this stuff anyways, because these are all designed. You know what? Tell you what I'm going to do is, let me come out of here, because these are designed for vertical images, which, let me move that over. Missed this. It is huge. The public area is so chaotic. One rule of Gamescom, stay in the business area. All right. Gotcha. That was kind of true of E3. E3, there's no official business area, but the rule of thumb was basically all the gamers were over at the convention center, and all the business people were at the hotel across the way, right? Sitting in the lounge area, all trying to make deals. And speaking of in a game business, Jay had this suggestion, and I actually took him up on the idea. His suggestion was, I wouldn't even bother, right? You don't even have to buy a ticket. Although I got one for free because I'm a developer, but he goes, I wouldn't even pay for a ticket. He goes, I would just sit in the lobby and I would set up my game and just put it out there for people to see and just wait for people to come by and stop and take a look at it. So I tried that. I tried that with my Troubles game, and it didn't work. I had 1 or 2 people kind of look at it, but nothing that moved into any kind of meeting or any kind of contact or anything like that. It was just more like a random, what is this, right? So it was a cool idea, but unfortunately, either I don't think it's as viable as Jay thinks it is, or I just maybe just didn't get lucky, right? The right person walking by. But I mean, it really is a novel concept, right? But yeah, so that was E3, but kind of like we were talking about with Gamescom, right? That it's almost like the adult pool and the kiddie pool, right? All the business stuff happens over here and everyone plays over there. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is nuke that one in favor of one that actually has like horizontal like this. So I'm going to copy him. Let's come back over here and paste that. Right. Okay, and then, yeah, because I am horizontal for these photos, so that means I got to go back to my old design. Yeah, I'll just shrink this down. I'll correct that later. I'm only going to have 3 images, so... Crap. Let me just go big with this. Let me just get it in place, and then I'll figure out scaling afterwards, I think. Yeah, it is a matter of seconds where you have to catch people's interest. It's the same with websites. I think it is 5 to 10 seconds before people move on. It's crazy. And exactly, that's why I'm updating. So, I mean, just to pour salt in my own wounds, this is my current webpage, which is functional but not pretty, right? And I mean, the individual pages are pretty ugly, right? And not optimized at all. This is so old, it still has Ouya and Windows Phone. That's how old my webpage is. Four avenues listed for this game, and only 2 of them still exist. How about that? There's a blast from the past. Windows Phone is laughing at Ouya, and Ouya is like, buddy, you're right with me. We're both toast. So anyways, that's why I'm... especially now that I'm doing the Tribbles game, because, excuse me, I mean, it is, Tribbles. It is Tribbles from Star Trek, which means it has, where is the Facebook login? Nice. But yeah, because I am dealing with kind of a high-profile IP, I was just really adamant about looking a little more, professional. So that was sort of my, and then I had someone... Recently, I did the Level Up Expo game show here in Vegas just a few weeks back, and someone made the comment kind of going, yeah, I looked at your webpage, and it's, I didn't think you were long for business. I think it's, paraphrasing, but I think he said something to that effect. So, I took it as like, maybe I should actually get around to sprucing it up a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm so close to getting it done. That's why I'm kind of working on this instead of the game at the moment. I just want to get this done because I've also submitted to Steam. I'm waiting for them. They're going through the process of reviewing all my company paperwork stuff. And once they actually give it the thumbs up, which they should because the company's legit, then I'm going to turn around and make the Tribbles page on Steam along with the wish list button, which I can never say. And I want to make sure that all my webpage stuff is pretty by that point, and once that happens, then I'll actually do the IndieDB page and start getting all that kind of fun stuff going. So that's kind of the motivating factor of why I'm sort of pushing really hard, stopping down on the game development for a couple of days and just really revamping all the website stuff. So, and just kind of banging through it, but still trying to make it pretty at the same time. Okay, so now we got these, and this is from my Save the Titanic game, which was a goofy concept that I just threw together in like 4.5 weeks or 5.5 weeks. I guess it was 5.5 weeks, and threw it out there. And it's more like a glorified Flash game, and to this day, it's still my most successful game with over 6 million downloads because I have no clue. I described Save the Titanic as the original, in case you haven't seen it before, I described it as the original Flappy Bird because my Save the Titanic actually came out a year or two before Flappy Bird. And similar in the fact that we have very cartoony art style, which I did just because I wanted to prove to my wife I could make a game in a month. And I just figured if I do like this fake clay in CG, right, I could get all the art assets thrown together very quickly. And it did happen. I mean, it came together fast. But so it's the goofy kind of, over the top cartoony art style, and the fact that I didn't test it very well. And as a result, when I released it, 98% of the people that played the game failed. So as a result, these people complaining that they couldn't even get past the first level, and that's all there is to the game. It's just you either hit the iceberg or you don't. That's the entire game. But so as a result, it was totally grassroots because I didn't advertise it. I just did it to crack my friends up. So like, see if I find an example. Like, so I put my friends' names. I just put my friends' names in there so I could at least get my buddies to download it. So I figured, worst case scenario, I'm going to have like 20 downloads from my friends because I put their name in there. But, then it found its own audience, and I think because the difficulty was so over the top, and it ended up just getting massive downloads. And then I updated it and lowered the difficulty, and people finally could beat it, and then they would uninstall it. So then all my downloads fell off, off a cliff. But for one day, Save the Titanic was 1.5 days. It was actually the #1 game in the App Store, and the #2 apps of all apps behind the Disney app for 2 days. So that's my claim to fame. And this is also 6-7 years ago, so it was a little easier to have that viral success, I think. So anyways, just recycling this, delete, and I only need 3 of these. There you go. Good luck, Johnny. Here he comes. Come on, Penny. Don't let him down. Here we go. And nice. Perfect toss. Perfect center toss. Nice job. Let's see. Where are you at? Couldn't see if you were in the high score list yet. And nice catch. Yep. And that's one of the reasons why I actually wrap up at 4 o'clock, because she starts bugging me at the door and telling me it's time to do it for real. Forget the fake stuff. Let's go to the backyard and start doing that. All right, where's my... Wow. They look like the same one almost. Oh, you got 40 points. So you should be like... There you go. Check you out, man. Climbing up the ranks now. Screenshots. All right, so let's go. There you go. Yep. And it's funny because my wife never understood. I try and explain her why leaderboards really are a significant thing, and it does. I have a flat coat that does the same stuff. Start nudging my elbow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I actually put a little child gate up there so she doesn't bug me. Otherwise, she'd just like climb and start eating my face. But yeah, it is funny that leaderboards really do serve as a fantastic motivator. Going back to the Save the Titanic, people found a hack that allowed them... Uh-oh. Sorry, buddy. Lost 20 points. Oh, you're off the list again. But yeah, there was a hack, and it allowed people to, like, by doing this little program, it gave them, like a trillion points or something like that. So you had like these 3 people that downloaded the hack and were able to get their name to the top of the list of Save the Titanic. And my wife was like, why? Why would they care? And I was like, I don't know. I don't understand. She goes, what do they get out of it? I was like, I don't know. But they do it, I guess, because they can. Leaderboards are essential, especially in mobile games. I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, and triples in particular, I'm really going to be steering in that direction. There's going to be high score tables, but I'll have 3 gameplay modes. I'll have more of a casual, because I want the game, because of the IP, because of the triples and the Star Trek connection, I want casual gamers to be able to play it and not get destroyed. And then I'll have more like an arcade mode, which will be much more challenging. And I have a third mode, which will specifically be designed for speedrunners, right? And the difference is, in the other 2 modes, the levels are modular and they'll get randomized every time. So every time you play the game, it will always have a different layout, right? To some degree. But the speedrun, I'm going to have it fixed. So that way everyone's going to play on the same playing field, and then hopefully that gets an interesting challenge where, somebody like figures out the best way to do it, and then someone else figures out a way to do it just a little bit faster, and then it'll be hopefully get to the point where it's just like, a couple of seconds difference, and hopefully they stream it. You know, because obviously that's where the exposure for a game really goes big time, is when people start streaming your game, the Twitch streamers in particular. So, fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping for. So, loading up the images here, like so. Replacing the Titanic with that. Speedrun level. That's a good idea. I might borrow that. Please do. Please do. Yeah, it's... I mean, if the game lends itself well to it, absolutely, you know. And I hadn't, to be honest, I hadn't really even thought of it. That was not my intention. But what happened was I was testing the game last year at San Diego Comic-Con, and because I didn't really have any leaderboard or anything like that, I just arbitrarily put a little timer at the top of the screen, which would tell you how long it takes you to complete it, right? And one guy walked up and he basically said, "So who's the fastest time yet?" And I went, well, nobody. No one's really beaten the game yet. So he played it for like half an hour, and then he got this score, this time, right? And I go, "Well, congratulations, you got the fastest time." And then some guy came by and he said, "Has anyone done a speed run?" And I told him the time. He played it for 40 minutes to beat that score. And then the first guy came back, and I told him, "Someone beat your score," and then it became a competition. All these people suddenly started stopping by trying to do speed runs, right? And that's when I realized I gotta accommodate this for sure. Absolutely. We've had a few people streaming the Tailspire Alpha, which has been great. Not anything of viral quality though, but it lends itself well for D&D streams. Oh, absolutely, dude. Yeah, that's a natural for sure, right? And I mean, it's, you know, it's D&D for people that don't like people, right? You know, because they have the, I mean, I'm assuming there's AI that can run the dungeon, dungeon masters, right? So, you know, they can still play it and it look like they're playing with a group of friends, but, you know, if they're misanthropes, they can still, you know, play it fine. So, you got that going for you. So it's even better than the real thing. Yeah, Tailspire looks awesome. Yeah, I totally agree, dude. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? And you're assuming a bit much. Oh, really? I'm sorry. I mean, is there not? I mean, because the level stuff is procedural, right? So I just assumed that there was a bit of AI for Dungeon Manager, or do you need a human to do the DM stuff? Did I misunderstand that before? I still need friends. Well, unfortunately, that will cut out some of your market. All right, so let's clean this up. And you do building manually. Oh, cool. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, later perhaps. So is it one of those things that you can build a level, and will you be able to like upload it and let other people partake? You know, can so other people can kind of do their own designs as well, or like download it and use those designs. So basically share it. So do you design your website for mobile as well, or is that purely code scaling the site? Yeah, you can easily share parts of your levels. Awesome. Pac Maniac, to answer your question, yeah, basically web variant, website variants, I can go create mobile like so, and it processes it, and then we should have the mobile version, which then I can reprocess. And the way that it gets displayed, you can test it, is when you bring this up and you shrink it down, it should snap like that. See, it snaps into, but right now it's obviously offset, but you can see how it snaps here to there. So it's just a matter of, you have to do it kind of twice. So I'm just doing the main web version first, the main version, and then I'll go back into the web version and just kind of streamline it and make it work well for mobile. Yeah, it's a nice little program. Yeah, I like that. So, and it does all the heavy lifting for you for the most part. Oops, I didn't mean to close the whole thing. Let me open that back up. I forgot. I'm not ready to deal with the web version because I know it's going to be all ugly and broken. And, oh, cool, it didn't save it. So I was going to nuke that anyways. In fact, there is a community website for sharing Tailspire prefab. Sweet. You just copy a selection in game, which gives you string, which can be shared. Oh, cool. And that was just made by people in the alpha. Oh, sweet. So you basically got your testers actually helping make your game for you. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I'm envious of that, but I mean, I'm envious of the fact that you have such a user base. That is such a fantastic thing to have. But I mean, once again, it's not like it's not like a Flappy Bird thing where you look at it and you're just kind of scratching your head, kind of going, how in the hell did this get the downloads, right? And you just kind of go, this is crap. They don't deserve it. Yours, I look at yours and you kind of go, this is crap. Okay, it's gorgeous. All right, he deserves it. Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. Yes. All right. Oh, crap. I lost my update here, didn't I? Okay, I did lose a little progress. So let me think about this. What I might do is change this up and make it go this way. Make this one go underneath. How about that? Much appreciated. People are awesome. Some are. Some suck. But yeah, I absolutely love giving credit where credit is due. And I love seeing indie guys succeed, right? I mean, it's one thing to sit there and turn to venture capital who hands you like $3 million and then you hire, a whole massive team and you make a beautiful game, right? It's another thing, like, you said you worked on it for years, right? Chipped away at it and then got your buddies to jump on board and make a beautiful product. I mean, to me, that is what you dream of have happen, right? I mean, that is the way the system is supposed to work. So when you see that, you kind of, I don't look at it and kind of go, he sucks, I'm jealous. I look at it and kind of go, dude, that's awesome, and that's what I want to replicate, so more power to you, buddy. Now I got to try and do it myself. So move that down out of the way. All right. So then here's what I do. I'm going to stretch this. I'm going to change this one up. Since I only have 3 images, I'm just going to go across here. And then I'm going to borrow Valley Village. That should be fine. Copy. And let's come back over here. Paste this bad boy here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll go edit, and then we're going to kill everything besides the first 3. Delete. Save. Wait for it to process. I'm rooting for you. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Do you outsource any stuff, or is it all you? In my case, I've outsourced. So, and as I talked about before, I've actually worked as an animator for decades, right? So it's one of those things that if I get some freelance animation work that helps fill up the company coffers, then I turn around and bring in some artists. And that's what I've done with Triple Troubles. So there's a fantastic artist named Daniel who I've worked with since the beginning, even going back to Pogo with Bob. Like this character, that was Daniel a decade ago, right? And he's just such a phenomenal artist. I mean, he actually modeled and textured this character, right? And then I rigged it and animated it. But so it's one of those things that if I ever get enough money in the bank, then I turn around to Daniel and bring him on board. And of course he's super busy these days. So I had like more work than he had time. So I found another artist that's here local in Vegas named Dane, who I brought in to do the outfits, and he did a fantastic job on that. So yeah, having some people to help out is fantastic. I got some custom music made for this because I wanted music that sounded like the Star Trek kind of sound, and he did a great job. I love the music in the game. But and then I have my voice actor Ed, who's also been with me for over a decade now, who did the voice of Bob and was the voice in the trailer as well. But so I have those guys, but those guys, yes. But then after that, it's basically just me kind of plugging away, until I get the proper budget and I can get a proper crew, right? I would love to at least have a programmer, a full-time artist. I'll still handle animation. I'll try and handle that. But even someone to help handle the production side, right? Because trying to manage the project, trying to still do animation and still be the producer as well, and being the producer is not my strong suit anyways, right? And I mean, it'd be nice if I could actually bring on people. And that's what I'm hoping after Tribbles. The next game, which I haven't talked about publicly, I'm not sharing yet, but it's going to be based on a very famous intellectual property too that I was able to secure. And I'm hoping that I can get a budget proper, that I can bring in enough people and do it right. That is the goal. That is the dream. All right, do I want to scale this up a little bit? I think I do. Not like that. Every time I do something wrong, I have to wait for it to undo. Really? Yeah, I can live with that. All right. So then what I got to do is I have to look up here, because this is one little quirk. You know, like in Photoshop, you can hold like the shift so it locks the scaling. Excuse me. So that's not really an option with this program. So what I have to do is like look up at the height and the width. So then, come on. Really? It won't even give me an opportunity to do like diagonal. It's giving me up or down. Come on. Really? Dude, you're making me look bad. You're making yourself look bad here. So, oh, there it goes. So there. So I can do it that way. And then I have to look up there at the scale to make sure I actually get it to the right scale. So I think I want size to be about 126. 4, 5, 6. No, that's a little much. I'm going to bring it down to, try 120. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And then let it do its thing. So, Pac Maniac, so I know you're only 2 months in, but you want to talk about what type of game? I don't think you mentioned it yet. I don't know if you're comfortable sharing with that yet or not, but do you have, I mean, I assume at this point you already have like some kind of rough prototype, so you have like at least the gameplay mechanic worked out in your head, right? Let's see, do I want to leave it that big? I might shrink that down a little bit. Let me think about that. Yeah. Widget. 93, try that. There we go. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Forgot about the music here. It's a little too quiet there. All right. That's pretty good. And then we'll shrink this back down around it like so. Let's see. So yeah, the game works, but we just scrapped our database system for another. So now it is broken again, but that is part of the learning the ropes. Do you mind me asking what type database you're using? I mean, are you rolling your own or using something that's already in existence? And I mean, is that like database for like the online stuff or what are you working with? Because I know that Unity is officially said UNet is going away. That's more of like network than I guess database though. Oh shoot, I didn't have that selected. Johnny's keeping Penny happy. Here you go. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Here you go. Yes! A little behind her. She had to stop and get it, but she got it. There you go. Now you're back up. There you go. You're back on the board again. Nice. It is strangely addicting, isn't it? There's one buddy I haven't seen lately, unfortunately, named Maboob, who you can see him in the high score list there. He was definitely going nuts with it. He was definitely addicted. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Perfect. There you go. Nice. Okay. We tried Firebase, real-time database, but that was not fun to implement. And then we found PlayFab, awesome Unity support. Excuse me. I will toss this out. Is it? I don't know if it's like gameplay that you need gameplay support, but so my last game, Volley Village, I used two different tools. I used for user data, I used a plugin called Kombu, which I love promoting. I'm happy to promote the crap out of this. Kombu, right? God, he sells it for $35. That is amazingly underpriced. Honestly, it's worth double that easily, I think. So Kombu is a fantastic thing. So if you just care about user data, right, and you're not doing any like real-time networking kind of stuff necessarily, then I mean this is a fantastic tool that you could embed even like on a GoDaddy website, which is what I did originally. Or you can just get like an AWS and throw it on there. And the nice thing is that you do code calls that are HTTPS calls, right? And you track the data. But so for the actual multiplayer part, then I went to TNet. There you go. Which, oh wow, he's up to $95 now. Okay. He lets that price kind of bounce up and down. But to ShareNet, TNet, and that is what handles my in-game play mechanics, right? This is how Volley Village stays in sync with two players online playing on mobile devices. And so the nice thing about this system, and the reason why I ended up doing this, is with like PlayFab, right, or Photon, right, my concern with that was just the fact that, number one, if the game finds an audience and it gets really big, right, it gets expensive pretty fast. Some of those are really expensive. Unet, by the way, was just crazy, stupid expensive because the data seemed to be like bloated. But you know, it's you know, and the other factor with that too is what happens if, and this can happen, right? This has happened to some of these plugins, but PlayFab and Photon, and I'm wishing them all the best. But what happens if they just come up one day and they go, oh, by the way, we're out of business, we shut down, right? Your game is dead, right? You now have to suddenly adapt the entire code to another tool, right? And get it all shifted over. In the meantime, you've lost your audience. You know, your game is 100% stopped, right? So that was why I looked at TNet and Kombu, because that way I controlled everything, right? And I have it running on an AWS server, and it's nice because I don't have to worry. You know, the worst case is I have to worry about Amazon going out of business. But as I've joked before, if Amazon goes out of business, the entire world has collapsed. So that's not much of a fear for me. As of now, it's more of a hobby project. We both have full-time jobs on the side. Smart. Very smart. So we try to keep the first game as low budget as possible. Gotcha. Well, if you're just testing it too, right? Obviously, I think PlayFab is pretty much free, just the initial test phase. But yeah, that's cool. No, that makes total sense, right? No reason to make major investments if you're just playing. But and yeah, I'm a big fan of the keeping the day job until you have a reason to quit. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I still take the animation jobs when they come up, for sure. It's a great way to subsidize what I'm doing here. So, cool. All right. Fill my glass up again. There we go. All right. And as I say all the time, everything can change any day, and it will. Amen to that. That is so true, dude. Yeah. That is so true. So, yeah, cool, man. Well, best of luck with that. I hope you guys stick with it. Hobby projects can certainly get you places. That's very true as well. Yeah. So, yeah, my poke with Bob, you know, just to give some context to it. Just to give you an idea how long ago this was, right? And this really dates me. So by day, I was actually animating for the video game Halo 3, right? So that gives you an idea how many years ago we're talking about. So I would work on that all day, and then I'd go home at night and on weekends and try and just see if I could make a game, right? Because I just wanted to see if I had a plan B, because animation work was starting to get outsourced, right? And I was really concerned about the future in LA because it was expensive to live there, you know, and I was always terrified that when, you know, what if the next job doesn't come? So yeah, I spent 2 years of nights and weekends before I got my first game out, you know, and it was nothing that complex, but it was just a great learning experience. So yeah, I totally agree with the concept of keeping the day job for sure. But I appreciate all the pointers because right now we know nothing. Also why I listen to Indian Jay. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, and I think Jay has some fantastic talks on there. I mean, it's always a mixed bag depending on who's speaking, but you know, it's always great to listen, and especially if they have speakers that are stuff that's pertinent to you. That's awesome. Yep. Okay, it's got that. Oh, yeah, it's right there. So let's see, what stuff do I want to add to this? Where's my page here? Kill, don't need that anymore. So let's go back to volleyvillage.com. There you go. Oh no, wait. Sorry. Be right back. All right, man. I'll be here. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong stuff. This is Spiders of Mars. There we go. All right, move this over to the side for a second. All right, so let me update these images again. All right, and I think I still have a folder active. Yes, I do. All right, let's try this again. And I will save before I start screwing around. There's one. Feels like I did this already. Oh yeah, I did. 2. So yeah, I guess that's a quirk of the program. You know, normally when you make a bunch of changes, and if you try and close the program, it'll say, "Whoa, hey, before I close, do you want to save your progress?" This one, it just kind of goes, "Okay, done." Oh, sorry, did you have progress? Well, it's gone now, buddy. I hope you don't mind doing it all over again. All right, so we're good there. So, yeah, because I only have these 3 screenshots, and it's, you know, I could add more, but I think this is sufficient. So I'm just going to change it to this layout instead of the side-by-side. Spam that Control S. Except I was doing that originally. Normally I do that in Unity. I'm always about the, you know, Control S all the time. You know, if you watch in the previous streams, you hear me going and Control S. Problem here. Okay, so let's here. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, so 21 seconds to save what is a 30 meg file. So I'm not sure what it chews on, but it definitely chews on something there. So that's why I'm a little more reticent to hit Control S all the time, because it is a bit of a time hog there. All right, so what do I want to talk about? All right, I'm just going to borrow what I did on my old web page here. Oh, I used images, not even text. Wow, so lazy back in the day. All right, so we'll do this. Stretch this out so it lines up about the same. Do like that. Grab the first guy, drag him up here. And I'm just going to recycle my text from my previous one, which is tilt U device. Wow, I never spell checked it, did it? It said U device like that, but tilt your device, in which nobody noticed or cared. Control this ship and tap the screen to fire. Fend off endless waves of killer robotic spiders. Come on. There. We do that one, and then grab this guy and go copy paste. And do the second one. We're going to add a little more text, and we're just going to mark this one done. Speaking of leaderboards, offer tons of challenges for a game that has no depth. Oh, wait. You're not supposed to talk trash. Oh, that is painful. Alright. I think that's good. I'll kill all this crap underneath here. Oh, and I forgot to do this. So this is super subtle. Originally, I had like... I'll bring this up. Let me go close. Yes. One sec here. Let me bring up images, backgrounds, troubles. Do I have it still? Let's see. Originally, I had the background image kind of going like this. I don't think it was that blue. Maybe it was. And then I had like the tribbles, right? Oh, there it goes. Wait. Yeah, anyways. I had like a mix here. Like that. Right? And I had like the tribbles in the background like that. And my wife is like, nobody does tiled art anymore. She's like, that makes it look like a web page out of the 90s. And I went, yeah, that's okay, fine. But I liked having these guys in there, so my solution was, really? Let me just kill this. Oh. It was the fact that, okay, fine, then I'll just do it this way. They're still there. Welcome back, Johnny. Welcome back. So just showing my subliminal background, right? So each one has like the image there because my wife told me that if you tile the stuff in the background, it just makes it look like something out of the 90s. So I killed it, the opacity down to 27%. So it's just like this little ghost image, right? It's almost like one of those like subliminal 3D things, right? But I do that for like all the different ones. So there's Tribbles and then Save the Titanic. You can see the boat. You know, it's like a little ghost image. That's my way of like telling my wife she's right, but I'm still gonna be stubborn about it. I'm gonna still do it. Scary robot. There's the scary robot image, right? That's my logo. You know, just very, very super subliminal. Let's see, and I got Tribbles and then Volley Village. I have the little warrior guy. Oops. Did I undo that? Ah. There he goes. Yeah, and I mean this one it's in Photoshop. It's strange. You see it's probably almost impossible to see him right here. I'll crank it. So there he goes. Right. So I dropped down to 10% because when I brought it over into the web program, it boosted the contrast for some reason. I'm not sure how it did it or why it did it. Anyways, I gotta make sure I do that for the other backgrounds for the other ones as well. Animated GIF, torches, MIDI music playing, and under construction sign. And let's not forget webless. Oh, and color cycling. Don't forget, we gotta have color cycling text. Come on, man. With super saturated colors. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think you just described my first website back in the what was that, the early 90s? oh yeah, and pop-ups everywhere, right? There you go. And a visitor counter, right? You had to have a counter at the bottom to show that I exist. No, I didn't arbitrarily start my counter at 1.4 million. I actually had that many people visit my obscure website. Yep, had that. Oh, the animated email icon. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, MIDI music that you can't turn off. Had that too. And like voice stuff that would pop up occasionally. Oh, yes. The early days. So yeah, I still have it there, but it's just super subtle. I just got to do updated versions for this one's still the Volley Village, so it's super faint, but I can just see the outline of the warrior. So it's one of those can you find it kind of things. I miss those days. Pre-bot era was great. Actual visitors to count. Oh, the good old days, right? Excuse me. All right. So I think I might be in the home stretch for this page. Tell you what, I'm going to grab... Whoa, not that. Grab this section and just bring it down a little bit. Space it out a little bit like that. Excuse me. And then bring this up, of course. Like that. I made so many Counter-Strike 1.6 back then. Maps. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm trying to think. I didn't really do much in terms of map stuff. I guess I was more interested in, at the time, I was trying to do my own animated short film stuff. So I was more interested in that than I was into any kind of map development stuff. And I guess for me, because if I was going to do a game, I wanted to do like my own game, not just a map for someone else's game, which is kind of foolhardy at the time. But, you know, that was sort of my mindset, waiting for the tools to come and be available. I was doing Newgrounds stuff at the time. Sweet. They're still around, aren't they? Does Newgrounds still exist? I mean, I know Flash is dead and buried. Moment of silence for Flash. Okay, we're done. But I think Newgrounds still lives on, right? Just in different tools, right? Just HTML5 stuff now. I did do Duke Nukem 3D maps in the build editor back when, though, and Warcraft 2 for some reason. Duke Nukem 3D was my very first online multiplayer experience, and to this day, I still remember how freaked out I was, right? Because it was such a novel because after, Newgrounds is still around? Okay. Because, I mean, like, you know, if you guys, you know, I mean, if Johnny, you know, kind of the age range, right? But, you know, I had decades of gaming single player. There's no such thing as online anything, right? And the first time I played with a buddy of mine, it was dial-up, right? You have to call him and, what was it, GameSpy, I think it was, that you could, like, connect. And I just remember being, like, in the movie theater, in the bathroom, in the movie theater, in the lobby, and hearing my buddy climbing through the ventilation shaft, right? And it always made that clanking metal noise, right? When you climb through it, and just freaking out, going, that's a person, right? That is a person. And that was just such a freaky concept. I mean, now it's nothing, right? I mean, everyone, GameSpy was the thing. Yeah, GameSpy ruled, right? Serve. Let's see if add. This one wants to rip. Let's see if I can find this. Oh, shoot. Let's see. I don't know if there was an ad. I don't know if I can find it, but there was this classic ad, right? That was bringing in the era, and I think it was CompuServe. They're bringing the era of online multiplayer, and it was an ad showed a chip, processor chip, and it said, "This chip is programmed to fight you." And then showed below that a picture of this guy with the freaked out hair, and then this guy wants to rip out your lungs or something like that, right? It was just, and he had this maniac look on his face, and it was so cool. It just, you know, it completely sold the idea of why playing humans is so much of a cooler concept. Duke Nukem was also my first multiplayer experience, all on LAN though. Oh, sweet, a cable through the house. So yeah, you had some serious no lag issues back in the day. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't play dial-up at the time, but through the printer cable. Oh, the old serial port. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, the good old days. That was so cool. Yep. That multiplayer, man, I'm telling you, that's going to go places. All right, so I need to do my background. Get rid of the tic-tac-toe in favor of Spiders of Mars. So let's go ahead and go P. Says stuck. Whoop, where's... Oh, I went into Scary Robot. That's wrong. Stuck on Mars. Images. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it was great. The fact that you were watching, we're watching you work on having a conversation with you at the same time is pretty mind-blowing stuff. It really is, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool that you can have that level of interaction. Yeah, to play together with a friend, but at no dial-up costs. We were very privileged for 90s me. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, the idea that you can host your own quasi TV show, right? You know, I mean, if I was like hot and female, right, then I would have like 5 million people watching me right now. But I'm neither and neither. So, but the good news is that you guys hanging out with me are here because you want to have a conversation about this stuff, right? So, it's not quantity, it's quality. How's that for a good save? Don't sell yourself short. Oh, there you go. Legend in my own mind. Let's see. Let's go top banner. Hopefully this is the big one. No, it's crappy. Crap. I gotta find background gradient. Nope. All right. So I'm digging through. Yeah, I mean, look at the dates on these. 2015, right? So that shows you how long ago this webpage was done before. Quality over boobs, man. Yeah, I mean, come on, it's the internet. Where are you gonna, you're not gonna find boobs. Where are you gonna find them? Bottom banner. Let's see, middle banner. There you go. That's good. I can use that one for my background. So let's go file. Open. Let's see. Do I have my open recent? Nope. I gotta go open. So Johnny, so here's the thing. So you're hanging with me, and I know for you, right? It's well, I mean, for Pac Maniac as well. You guys are way in the future, right? But so I mean, are you like just? I mean, I kind of hinted at it before. I'm not sure if you gave me a solid answer, but I mean, do you just do a late start and just like working deep in the night, or you just start in the morning and you just keep working all into the night, right? Like the total workaholic that I as well am. And once again, that is the problem with being your own boss to me, right? The second one, I was afraid of that. Yeah. I mean, that really is true, isn't it? I mean, it's funny because everyone has this beautiful idea in their head. It's kind of like, oh, dude, you work for yourself, right? That's awesome, man. You probably just work when you want. It's like, no. No, that's not the way it works, man. It is way too fun not to. That is true. That is true. I mean, unless you're in the grind of things, right? You're in some of the stuff that's not as exciting. But yeah, I mean, we talked about that before too. I really genuinely enjoy putting games together, right? It just, what I'm doing now is what I dreamed of doing, right? Like 30 years ago, and just the tools didn't exist at the time, and back then you had to be, like a genius that could just program your own game engine, right? Like Mr. Id himself. But that, for those of us that are mere mortals, right, having a tool like Unity or something similar back in the day, that's what we dreamed of. Like making settings menus, which is what I'm currently doing. That's some grind right there. Oh God, yeah, dude, I'm feeling for you. That's not fun at all, for sure. So, oops, I want scary robot. Come on. Web page, images. I work a night shift, I think. Although night shirt, you work in a night shirt. When you're working, you wear a night shirt. Night shift. So I develop during the day, but I currently don't get enough sleep. Oh, that's tough. I talked about it before too. I've worked night shift once in my life. Yeah, I did that once. I was a data wrangler for Stuart Little 2, the movie, back in like 2000. And I was like 8 or 9 months that I worked on the night shift. And yeah, dude, that is amazingly tough. It really does wreak havoc with your schedule. That's such a hard thing to deal with. But yeah, that's tough. I would never want to try and go back to that. I don't mind being a night owl, right? But working into the night, and sleeping, but going back to starting work at 9 o'clock and finishing like 7 or 8 in the morning, whatever it was. Yeah, no. That was also decades ago. I was younger, a little more hungry. Now I'm just old and cantankerous. All right, where am I going here? Scrolling. New folder, and this would be Spiders of Mars. Like so. Okay. So then, tell you what, we're going to do is open up one of these guys. Yeah, Troubles will be fine. And then we'll save this just so I can steal the dimensions. Spiders Mars, and call it Spiders of Mars 01. Done. I worked as a bouncer for a while. Really? Well, I saw you in the video. I can see that. Dude, I wouldn't cross you. And as a nighttime nurse at a dementia center. Wow. That's going to be tough because I'm kind of thinking at nighttime is when they sort of get like more determined to not be there. Both nighttime, but that is my only night shift experience. So as an animator, do you have any thoughts about the whole Sonic movie redo? Honestly, okay, call me crazy, call me a conspiracy theorist, but honestly, my thought, Pac-Maniac, is that it was actually a PR move. They changed gears. After all these years I worked in the industry on and off, they changed gears so fast from the god-awful original design to the redesign that I honestly think that they did it as an easy way to become a topic of conversation. Because, excuse me, it's the old Hollywood, yeah, interesting, but yeah, that could be a thing. Because think about it, the old adage in Hollywood is there's no such thing as bad press, right? So it put them on the front cover of everything, and everyone went nuts, right? And everyone's kind of going, this is going to be the dumbest thing ever. But then, like, in what seemed like a matter of days, right? I don't know. You'd have to go back and trace it, but it shouldn't be that hard to figure out exactly from when they put the god-awful images out there, right? And everyone screamed, and from the point they went, okay, we're going to reassess, and they go, here, what do you think of this? And everyone goes, oh my God, that's what it should have been in the first place, right? And everyone suddenly went from, all right, this is going to be the biggest failure ever to, hey, I really want to see this movie now, right? It was such a radical change that I personally think that it was, it was a bait and switch, right? It's like the old joke the comedian did where he, the guy's getting dressed and the wife looks at him, she goes, you're not going to wear that, are you? And he looks and he goes, no, I just wanted to see if it still fit, and it does. I'll go take it off now. So my own personal theory is studios normally don't pivot that fast. So my guess is that it was a PR move, and it worked beautifully because it got them not only their initial, but then also allowed them to say, we listened to you guys. You're so right. We're so wrong. Hey, we've listened to you, and here's the new version, which we've already rendered out in time. All right. To redesign the entire character and reanimate the whole thing just seems like suspicious. Dementia thing was like walking into a new dimension every time you rounded a corner and saw a wandering patient. You sort of had to enter their reality to be able to get them back into bed. Yeah, my grandmother went down that path, and I do remember those conversations, and it turned out to be easier to go along with the flow, right? Rather than trying to correct and say no, you're not trying to go back home to Alabama or Mississippi. You just kind of go, okay, yeah, you know what, you're right. Let's get you home, right? And just kind of like cajole. And I remember, dude. That's a challenge. That's tough. Couscous, that would have been some serious crunch for the animators and artists. Because that would have been, great question. Yeah, dude, absolutely great question. But yeah, what are your thoughts? I mean, it's just a theory, but you can shut down a farm and reboot and restart. But like I said, because any animation, because in theory they're way far down the line when they showed that footage of the god-awful version, and because just the actual structure of the old and new Sonic were totally different. That means that basically all the animation from before gets thrown in the trash can, right? So you would have to reanimate as well as redesign and reapproach all the fur and all that kind of stuff, right? And go through the whole dev process. And just from my experience from feature film work, that seems like an impossibility. Yeah, it's fun like that, Johnny Ray. Worked with something like that at some point. Yeah. Oh, You worked with what, dementia patients or which one? Oh, anyways, but so yeah, it's a fun question though. I would love to sort of like dig around and find out the true answer to that, you know, because that really is a fascinating kind of question. All right, so I'm going to take all these guys except him and nuke. So let's go ahead and get this background ready to go. Like this. I'll take this. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, so what do we want to do? Oops. Wait, I thought I... Jerk? I thought I actually had that... Oh, you know what? Actually, I might try and go like that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's in the right place. Save. Done. Alright, let's get some more stuff to throw in there. Yeah, I have worked with patients like that as well, and the whole have to enter the reality thing. It's fun. Well, that's a good mindset. That's cool. Well, it's interesting that you both have done that too, right? I mean, you game dev guys that have that same kind of work experience doing that. That's unusual parallel between that. All right, so let me go back here. Let me go open recent middle banner. Let's see what I can. Oh, that's all I had was that. Okay, so that's not going to do any good. Let's go this way. Let me go dig this way. Bring this over here. Stuck on Mars. Here we go. All right, let's see what kind of images. No. Oh, I need that. So I'll go ahead and bring that out now. Yep. So I'll grab this. Whoa! Did I just hit Control Q? I was trying to hit... What did I hit? Wow. I have no idea how I got all the way up there and hit Control Q, but I just closed it down. Okay. Let's try that again. Talk about a finger fumble. Okay, I was doing Control A for all. That was it, and I hit Control Q instead. Had a lot of odd jobs starting off while I was starting to get some freelance jobs as an artist to fill in the gaps. Yeah, I did a few things. I was my first job was an offset lithographer, which is a fancy way of saying a printer. A million years ago. Did that and then shifted over to film production. Well, sorry. I started off doing the Quentin Tarantino-esque kind of thing. I worked in a video store, right, where I was like, you know, the video wonk that would make recommendations for movies. And then I eventually went to work just in various aspects of film production, all the way from like a camera rental house all the way in the whole process to like getting editing, all that kind of stuff. Getting late, so my writing is all over the place. I'm following along, so it's early for me and I'm still understanding. So you're doing fine. Alright, so let's see what else we can find in here. That's the logo, so we're good. You got that. Let's go dig out some other images. Hand grip. Tunnel shading, under promo, images, no. I'll go back to large banner. I'll try and open that up again, see if we get some goodies out of there. Okay, I'm gonna get a few things. Like that. Excuse me. Okay, I didn't grab it. Thought I did. That's weird. So I go Control A, copy. It worked that time. All right, so here's something. So, fun thing, right? I'm going to show you guys a program that I picked up a while ago. and it is not so well my sentence be. Okay, Yoda. Could you talk forward? That was a line from George Lucas in Love. All right, so here's the thing. So I have this image, right? But obviously the resolution is just not working, right? So, and I may have a better version, but I don't think I do. So my choices are, I can just sort of like scale it up and just deal with it. I could go back and try and regenerate the content, right? Or I could pull out my magic weapon. I'm going to check and show you just a second. Check this out. I've had a hard time finding a job I was happy doing, so I have had a lot of odd jobs. I hope game development can be something that something than just hobby, though. I also do some music production for fun. Oh, that's cool. All right, Johnny, you got me in that one, man. I gotta be drunker before I can figure that one out. All right, so check out my new. You guys are gonna love this. Check out my new weapon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab this guy. Go new. Paste. Right. All right. So now I have this image. When I zoom in, you see he's just crap. Right. He's just garbage. So if I go ahead and save it as a PNG, and I'm going to throw it on the desktop just so I can find it easier. So Spiders of Mars temp. Right? So I have this low res thing. Check this out. This is my favorite new toy, Topaz Gigapixel. You guys ever heard of this? I love this. I got it on sale when they first started releasing it. I think I got it on sale for like $65. I think they sell it for like $100 now. But check this magic out. Okay. I hope that it works for you too. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Johnny. I totally ditto what you say, man. I hope the game stuff for Pac-Maniac works out, man. Because yeah. It is such a fun addiction, man. Absolutely such a fun addiction. I really do love doing this stuff. It is so much fun. So I hope it does work for you, buddy. It is great. It truly is, isn't it? All right. So here we go. So let's go to desktop. Check this out. So I'm going to drag that low-res picture in, right? Now watch this. This is like freaky. Look. So here is the image, right? And Gigapixel works its little AI magic and turns it into this, right? And if I hit start, it's going to process, and it's going to make it super large, and it does the sampling process with using AI machine learning, right? Done. So now if we come back here and we go Control Open Desktop like so, right? And that is right. So it's still soft, right? You know, it's still, I mean, it's, but if we do a comparison, go copy, paste. Now, if we zoom this like so, I mean, this is a bad example because it really is so low res quality, but so like that. There. So there you go. So you see the before and after, right? There's the low res, and boom, there's the high res. So if we come out and just look at it this way, there. So I mean, this basically looks like you did a Gaussian blur on it, right? And then if I go like that, and look at how sharp the ground is there, right? That's what that little program does. For $99, it will just completely take low-res images and does a fantastic job of trying to make it into higher quality. Yeah, I love it, man. It is just, it's such a time saver. Oops, did I not paste? Let's go. Copy. Well, come on. That's twice. I'm having really bad luck today with copy paste for some reason. Let's go D. Stop. Let's go. Control All, copy, paste. Unless, oh, that's why. Because it's so gigantic, it's way off the screen. Because I did like 6 times the size, right? So if I actually bring it down like this, right? like so. Drop it in. There you go. So, just as a comparison. Yeah. So, there's the before and there's the after, right? Probably not the best example because it is so watery. It is so mangled, but I'm still, to me, I think that's good enough asset that I can use that, right? And rather than have to generate something brand new. I could put like in the background, like here, and just let the spider. Hopefully, I have a high res of the spider. It reminds me of the CIA like TV shows where they zoom in on the play photos and stuff. Always hate it, and it's funny because for decades, you know, oh god, what was the one with Will Smith, Enemy of the State, I think, and Gene Hackman, you know, and the whole movie like focused on the fact that they took, and then it was like. The director was trying to claim that they could really do this, and it was like they took a security camera image and the cameras panned around and was able to analyze the contents of a bag they're carrying, and the director is kind of going, no man, the CIA can do this stuff for real. It's like, no they can't, no, you know, and the whole license plate zoomed in, right? It was 5 pixels wide and they zoom in and it's crystal clear. But yeah, this kind of takes a little bit of my thunder away because you can really take a grainy image and not make it razor sharp, but you really can spruce it up, you know, which is saving me time versus going back into the program. No, they can't. Just please don't. Please don't. Yeah. Definitely one of my biggest pet peeves for sure. All right. So actually, maybe if I bring him over on this side. Bring them behind like that. Excuse me. And then bring that. Okay, so now I just got to find a good high-res version of the spider, and I'm golden. We'll see if I can do that. Yeah, and this is like small. This is a spider. That's kind of small quality. So hopefully I have a better version of that. Let's go this PC, P, Stuck on Mars. Oh no, is this gonna make me cringe? Oh, you know, I was thinking about that. I was honestly thinking about that. I was going, or I could dig up the classic. Wait. I gotta go back for that one. Hold on. Yeah. We used to get so many laughs out of this. Hold on. I gotta do this proper. Here it comes.
For weeks I've been investigating the cabbie killing murders with a certain morbid fascination.
This is in real time.
I'll create a GUI interface using Visual Basic. See if I can track an IP address.
Oh, I'll create a GUI interface in Visual Basic. Oh, and it's like Jurassic Park, right? This is what it was. This is Unix or is he Linux? I can't remember now, but this is Unix. I know this, and it's like, no, it's not the code. It's a graphical representation that has nothing to do with any. Oh God, yeah, yeah, helpful stuff. There's no time. We need to hack. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm at 4, but I'm gonna go a little while longer to finish this up. But I'm gonna duck out for a quick restroom break. So just hang tight, guys, and I'll be back in just a moment. All right, be right back. Alright, I'm back. I am back. And I have a very impatient real Penny just out of the side here. She's like, do you know what time it is? You're supposed to be throwing the disc by now. It's so annoying to have a dog that can tell time, right? Sometimes does it better than my wife. Don't tell her I said that. Okay. What I missed, by the way. Sometimes it's hard to be a technical person. I can't watch a show like that. Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, I totally agree. Sorry about all the distractions. I'm really procrastinating on the UI stuff. I should probably follow her advice. No, it was more fun. You know? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons I was doing 3 hours, and I kind of knocked it down to 2 because I was enjoying the conversation more than I was actually being productive. And I realized I kind of have to pare that down a little bit. But, no, dude, I mean, you know, you guys can tell me if you're in a similar situation, but I mean, you see, I mean, I'm basically, I mean, you look behind me, I'm in a home office, right? Which means that I wake up in the morning, I go from the bed, and I go to work, right? And I'm here all day, and then I, you know, wife comes home, and then, you know, time for bed, right? So the whole interacting with people just does not happen much, right? I mean, that's half the reason I want to become a real company, is so I can actually have employees to, you know, actually talk to, right? You know, after the coronavirus clears up, right? Of course. But so yeah, anyways, long way of saying that I really enjoy the conversations. Absolutely. Especially I love the fact that I was thinking about, I could Google it, but I just thought I could never find it in time. It's like I could Google and find the Visual Basic clip, and it's like, boom, bang on. You just kind of go, here, look at this clip. It's like, that's it. True, I like to talk to people about how other fields are misrepresented. I talked to geologists and archaeologists about this, and it was great. Yeah. I mean, it is painful. I mean, you know, it's so hard to get it right, I guess. But, you know, kudos to the shows that go to the effort to try and get close. But, you know. But, I mean, when it's so patently obvious, right? It's not even close. You know, you can't help but make fun of it. Excuse me. It takes a lot of time for sure. Yeah. Alright, so reference support webpage. Maybe I can find something. And it usually just a step or something. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. Talking too much, I guess. Alright, all I'm trying to do is find a large version of my spider character that I can use. Link motion, middle banner, top banner? No, he's a small guy. That's 67%. I'm gonna get lazy here. I may just use the gigapixel again if I don't have a good result here. And it usually, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I read that already. Alright, so what do we got with this? If you're going V, yeah, they ain't gonna cut it. That's just gonna be too soft. I could try and blow this up. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's give Gigapixel the ultimate test here. Kill the background. Switch it to PNG. Spider temp, like so. Back to coding. Need to see this. Alright. So that's good. So, closed it, so let me reopen. Gigapixel. Alright. What do you think? Is it going to pull it off? We're going to get the magic license plate. Zoom in feature. Let's find out. Here we go. Look at that. So there's the before, and there's the after. Ah. Alright, so it saved it. Let's see. Let's go open. Yeah, there's still some soft spots here and there, but I mean, still, the amount of detail. that is crazy. It is, isn't it? I mean, and the fact that it's actually just like $99, and they just came out. They just announced it. They came out with a version that'll take video, an up-res video as well, which is just even freakier. Alright. So if we drop him in... Whoa! You might get away with this now. The only problem is you got that cut off leg. So let me see. Not to mention that his blacks don't line up at all. His black levels, that is. I could try and borrow a piece off of here. Let's try this. Copy V. Whoops. Just try and do the quickie fix. Transform horizontal. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's a little ugly, but I think it's good enough for what I'm trying to do here. Corner up a little bit. Oh, let me undo that. What would happen with a content-aware fill on the leg? Oh, that, you know what, that's okay. I doubt it's going to do anything, but you know what? Let's find out. I don't think it's that aware, so let's see what it does. Oops. Let's go Shift F5, content aware, and it go. That's it. Save. We're done, man. Walk away. That's perfect. Wow. All right. So it's a wrap. Yeah. Check the gate. Moving on. So I guess the moral of the story is that both programs use AI, but not all AI are alike, right? Just because someone says, "Hey, there's AI," doesn't mean it's smart. Oh god, that was amusing, man. I think I'll go with my little hack version instead. As perfect as that little monstrosity was, that was great. Oh, clean. That's good enough. This is CS. So sorry. Yeah, it is CS6 because I had the conversation. You know, I'm not gonna pay for it when this is working fine. But so if I upgraded to CC, the AI from CC would actually laugh at my CS6 AI. Is that what you're saying? Oh yeah, I'm so much smarter now. All right, let me go edit, transform, horizontal. Oh shoot. Gotta take this call. Hang tight. I'll be back in just. All right. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Penny went away. Oh, it went black. Sorry about that. Yep. There's that bug that I still haven't fixed. Oh, God. Sorry. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, out of index. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, wait, it came back. I didn't have to reboot it. It fixed itself. So my AI is smarter than the Photoshop AI because I don't know how it even did that. But I'll just take credit for it nonetheless. Magic. It's my magic coding skills. Absolutely. So yeah, I think what I might do also is just kind of shrink this one down. I was talking about doing that anyways. So I'm going to make this smaller like so. So I don't have to worry about so much. Like that. And then go ahead and crop the whole thing. Like that. Oops, wait. Spider's getting chopped there a little bit. Let me make sure that these guys are still in space so they don't get chopped. In case I need that edge there. Because I don't want to have to use the the auto, the content aware again, because that's just scary. Alright, that's going to be better. There he goes. Yeah, good enough. Maybe just go bigger with that. Let's see, can I make the spider bigger? Can I get away with that? It's a little rough, but you know what? I'm fine with it. No one's going to go to the Spiders of Mars webpage anyways, and if they do, hopefully they don't just, you know, look at it and kind of go, oh, never mind, and like leave. Alright. We're going to say we're done. So let's start exporting this crap out. Save PNG. Spiders Mars. So in background. Like so. He's good. Alright. This bad boy, which I probably chopped. I did. That's fine. And let's go. New version did do better. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Well, you know, at this point, my not what I would have gone with. Excuse me. I mean, CS6 at this point has got to be at least 5 years old now, right? So I'm not surprised that they've improved the AI over time. But that was worth it just for the laugh, nothing else. Tower. Alright. Logo. Oh, come on. Try that again. Copy, new, V, like that. Mono snap. Accept all. Take scratch, download. Oh, interesting. Oh, so that's kind of like I got a bit. Just. Oh, sorry. Let me. Okay. Oh, so you made a change. Oh. Let me see. I thought you were just doing a screen grab. I didn't realize. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Wait, was that the AI that did that? Or you just tried moving the leg? I tried using content. Really, that was content aware in the new CC version? If so, then I am actually impressed. Oh, okay. Cool. Mine was funnier. But that's, yeah, not perfect, but, okay, much exponentially better. So that's cool. That is freaky cool, actually. That is kind of freaky that I can do that. Alright. And I've forgotten if I've saved this. I didn't. So, logo. And finally, let's get the spider done, and we can compile this crap and call it a day. Come on. Like so. Copy. New. Paste. Kill the background. Save the spider. Spider done. And I think I screwed up and actually just cloned that layer. I was just curious. Yeah, not better, but definitely more amusing for sure. But yeah, I mean, okay, so I mean, kudos to Photoshop and Adobe, because that was definitely a lot prettier. And I mean, that's kind of cool that I can analyze it, and because it has to like be aware of the actual structure of the creature and kind of like figure that out. So that stuff always impresses me. I love the AI stuff. All right, so I'm gonna close all this down because we're good. So let's go ahead and make all this stuff kind of go away. Done. It tried. Yeah, and we had the conversation a while back, but sorry if it's repetitious, but to me, I always thought the most impressive example of what I consider, because everyone talks about, AI and that it can think for itself. There's a great YouTube channel for this stuff called 2-Minute Papers. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll check. Sorry for pulling you from your work, but I just thought of this clip as well. Oh, God. Oh, swordfish, right? Yeah, swordfish. Yeah, I saw that movie once, and that was pretty much enough. The OpenAI plays hide and seek is fantastic. Oh, cool. He's building a worm. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. No, I have a favorite scene in this movie, and this one isn't it. It's the scene with Halle Berry in a book and not much else. But Hugh Jackman's awesome, man. I really do like Hugh Jackman a lot. But not maybe this movie. Recommend a watch for later. Okay, I'll fire that up. God. All right, I gotta kill this. I'm sorry, that's just bugging me. All right. Open eye. Okay, sweet. Oh! Is that the one with the red and the green guys where they have to put the block up, right? And they have to like Greatest Showman. Oh yeah, I've listened to the music. I listen to streaming soundtracks all the time, and that always gets a lot of airplay. That is the one. Oh, I laughed so hard. Yeah, this thing is awesome, man. Just real quick. Yeah, we're going down this path. I know I said I was going to finish, but yeah, I'm going to mute this. But I love this. When they find ways, right? It's like the whole thing is like, okay, fine. You blocked the way, but then these guys figure out the ramp, right? And then just the way the AI just it's the proverbial, an infinite amount of monkeys, infinite amount of typewriters, right? And I love the fact that it's kind of like, okay, fine, you figured this one out, and we figured it out. I love, they're like hanging against the wall too, right? As if kind of going, okay, they can't see me, I'm hiding here, right? I was like, fine, we steal the ramp. Fine, jerks. No ramp. Now you don't get us. I love that. Yeah. I did. I watched this a while back. Is it AI versus? Yeah, it's AI versus AI, and they have that simple goal. And I love the fact that it's like, okay, fine. If you're using the ramp, we know you're using it, so we're gonna steal it, right? It's just, I love that, man. Yeah, I highly recommend that link to anyone that's never seen it before, right? And then like he gets up against the wall and he figures other stuff out. Yeah. Yeah, that is genius stuff, too. I mean, I love the fact that if you just let it play, right, and you let it dig long enough, it will actually figure things out, right? I love that. Machine learning done right. Yeah, absolutely. And they start breaking the game. Yeah, like when he like figures out that he can like climb on top of the box and like make the box like, like that, turning it into like a little personal wheel. Yeah. All right. So let me see if I can almost get myself done here. So, in theory, I now, whoops, not desktop. Nope, that's all in the wrong place. So let's go, Scary Robot, web page, images. All right, so let's get this last bit of stuff. Scrolling games, and what did I say that was? Spiders of Mars, and that was background. So if I drag and drop onto here, it should do it, but I need to shrink it down a bit because, yeah, because I changed the ratio here. So we're going to do that a little bit like so. Oh, wait. What did I have before? Okay, it's there. So let's go ahead and move him over like that. There he goes. Yeah, throwing the ramp out of bounds. I love that. You know, and it's kind of like I have dogs, of course, Penny, right? And she'll do that sometimes too. That kind of process, you know, it's like, fine, if you're gonna do this, then I'll do that, right? And just that thinking, you know, I love that kind of stuff. That is so cool. All right, and all that stuff's gonna go away, and then we're gonna drop in the logo. Oh no, don't do it that way. Cancel. Wrong. Logo over here. There he goes. Spider and tower. Where am I at? I'm at 4:30. I really should wrap up. She's poor Penny. She's staring at me. She's like, forget the fake version. Come on, let's do it for real. All right, so I'll just drop this into place like so, and like so, and just know that, okay, and let's see, he's gonna go on top. He goes on top like that. He goes on the bottom like that. Move all these guys down to here, and we should be pretty good. I'll just have the scrolling here later on. Nice. All right, I'm gonna hit Control S on that, and at this point, all I gotta do is set up the scrolling on that, so we're in good shape. All right, guys, I should wrap up. I should really get myself out the door, but yeah, Johnny Pac-Maniac, guys, Penny brings it back though. I don't know, it just keeps it. Ida just keeps it. Well, she brings it back because she wants you to throw it again. Yep. Yes, we're gonna do it here in just a minute. I promise. All right, guys. Yeah, Johnny, Pac-Maniac, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with me. Yeah, you made that so much more enjoyable. Thanks, guys, and thanks for the laughs, man. Thanks for the laughs. Absolutely. That's it for me. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I know you guys are kind of technically already in it, and for the conversations. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, Pac-Maniac did a follow. Thanks, buddy. Dude, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I'm going to keep working on this webpage. So by Monday, oh, she's crying. I don't know if you can hear it through the mic, but she's crying now. Yes, we're going to do the disc, I promise. Frisbee. There, that'll really drive her nuts. But yeah, I'll have this done. So by Monday, I'll be back to working on the game. But guys, thanks for hanging out. And I will be back on Monday, 2 p.m. my time. I know you guys are like 9 hours ahead of me, but hope you guys can make it back. And for everyone else that was hanging out there quietly, thank you so much. Give her a pet for me. I promise I will. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend and hope to see you guys next week. All right? Take care, guys. Adios.